So guys, as y'all seen by that title, this is page 1, life update / losing a sibling. I will be talking about losing my sister, to be exact, Deja. Some of you may know her if you know me personally, some of you may not. And just updating my life since, like I said, I last posted on this channel briefly till losing my sister. So as you seen, I put trigger warning in the title for those who are sensitive to these type of topics or videos. Just be warned that I will be touching on some sensitive matters. So if you feel like you can't watch this video, that's fine. I understand that. But for those of you who are going to tune into from start to finish, just bear with me. I may get emotional. I don't know, you guys. Bear with me too, because as you can see, I now got braces, and I just got these power chains put on last week, and it's cutting up the side of my cheeks. So I'm talking kind of funny because like when I bite down, I'm kind of biting on my cheek and it hurts really bad. So you might see me like talk sideways or crooked or whatever. Just bear with me, guys. And yeah, so life update. So since I last posted on this channel, y'all see me, I had gained like 200 pounds. I was dealing with a stomach issue that I still have yet to know exactly what it was. I was told so many things, put on so many different medications. It's crazy, like literally over 14 medications, literally. I was hospitalized for 4 months, in and out the hospital. That was kind of another reason why we were being inconsistent. We had lost our apartment because of me being in and out of the hospital. We lost our jobs. It was just a lot going on. It was a rough time, and I know we could have picked up the camera, me and the person I was with at the time, and show you guys the real things that we were going through. But at the time, I don't know, we just wanted to make it seem like everything was okay. Like, you know, we wanted to be YouTubers. We wanted to show the good things in life, because that was the whole purpose of me starting the channel. I wanted to be like even now, like a healing channel, but I wanted to show like all positivity, laughing, joking, everything, all glimpse and glams, when it really wasn't like that at all. Like, it was like those years I was going through hell. Me personally, can't speak for the other person I was with behalf, but I was going through pure hell. I had hit the highest weight I ever been in my life. I always been 120 pounds and under. 124 was the highest I ever hit in my weight, up until my stomach situation. After I was able to be released from the hospital from being admitted for 4 months straight on a straight liquid diet, literally not any solid foods, could barely even eat soup. The smell of things would make me throw up. Like, I was just going through it. I had a pain that just wouldn't go away, and I'll speak on all this in another video. But after I was released from the hospital, I had started eating solid foods. Like a month or two later, started like drinking Ensures, and once I was able to start fully eating solid foods, like my weight just stuck to me. I don't know if me being on a water diet for 4 months caused my metabolism to slow down or what, but like I blew up. Like everything I ate just stuck with me, and I could not get the weight off of me. And like I don't know. And I was also going through mental stuff. I found out before even all this, before my stomach situation, all that, when I was living in Texas and I was going to college at UTA, I got diagnosed with anxiety / depression, and I was put on medicine for it. But at the time, being in the black community, for those of you who are a part of the black community, y'all know, like in our community, our parents at the my parents at the time tend to, like, I wouldn't say didn't believe mental health existed, but they weren't so hard on it. Like their answer to everything was pray about it or ask God to give you peace of mind, give you peace of heart. And I wholeheartedly believe that God wills. He's my personal counselor. He's my personal therapist. I'd rather go to God before I even go to a human. But I don't know, like when you're going through certain things in your life, like, yeah, you want to hear those things, but at the same time, you want instant gratification. You want instant peace. You want instant answers. You want instant relief. And I felt like I couldn't get those things. And I prayed. But, you know, sometimes we want God to answer our prayers right then and there. But one of used to be close friends, used to say it's selfish to want God to answer your prayer right away when it's so many people praying to God. He got so many other people who's praying to him as well. And he'll get to us when it's meant. Like, you know, he's always answering us. He always listens to us. God always show up for us, even in the smallest things. We be looking for God in the big old ways or the big in the high places, but God tend to find you and you tend to find God. Well, God is always there, but we tend to find God in the low places, and we be looking at in the high places for God when he really be there through the low places in the valley. And I had to realize that. But like I said, at the time when I was diagnosed and stuff, I just felt like I couldn't get no relief. I couldn't get no answers. I couldn't get no peace. And the person I tend to go to for all these things was Deja. And that's my sister who has now passed on. It's been a year and a half to be exact. She passed away last year, February 18th, 2022. She, as well as me, was struggling with mental health issues that we did not know about until after her passing. And yes, her mental health issue was one of the main factors in her no longer being here. I don't want to go into too much detail, you know, just out of respect for my sake and my family's sake. But yeah, Deja was the person I used to go to for any and everything. If you knew me, if you know me personally, you know that Deja was my rock. Like, she was basically like my mom. My mom has 10 kids. She was number 3. I'm number 4. We had the same mom and dad. Out of all my other siblings, me and her shared a dad. So like, when it was times we wasn't with my mom for the summer, we'll be by my dad's side of the family. We was basically like twins. Like, you would never say our names without saying one name without saying the other. Like, it was like Deja and Damari and Deja. It was like we was twins. Everywhere you seen her, you seen me, and vice versa. We were never pulling up to family events without each other. We were never leaving family events without each other. She was always my ride to family events. She was always my ride back home from family events. She was just my person. She was the person I went to for everything. When I first was starting to become spiritual and finding my own personal relationship with God, not just from what I was taught all my life, but my own personal encounter with God, I personally thought I was going crazy. I was scared. I was seeing different things, like repeated numbers, just different things. I was so lost and I just needed direction. I didn't know if I was going crazy. I didn't know who to turn to, and she was the person I turned to for these things, because she always been so spiritual and strong in who she was. She knew who she was in God. She knew the calling God had on her life. I'm sorry, y'all, I kind of drooled because, like I said, my braces, but bear with me. And so when I was, like I said, coming to know God for myself, she was the person I turned to for spiritual guidance. She was my spiritual leader. She helped me understand that what I was going through was normal. I was just starting to be enlightening, and God was starting to wake up my spirituality and, like, you know, my calling and my personal spiritual calling he had on my life. And she helped me get through those times when I was like depressed in college. I was going through stuff in college again. It was a lot. And like I said, I'll talk about all this in another video. But now that she's gone, I find that my mental health issues that I knew I had, but I used to like kind of like minimize it, because like I said, having her in my life, she made everything seem okay. Like, when I was going through certain things, like for example, after I stopped uploading on this channel, like I said, me and the person I was with, we ended up falling on hard times. We ended up being homeless in a whole nother state. We had moved to Texas in hopes of pursuing our YouTube career even more, because I'm familiar with Texas. So I was like, hey, like, let's go to Texas, let's pursue this YouTube career. I had high hopes and dreams for us. And so he followed along, and everything was going good at first, but I just felt like that wasn't the path God meant for us with each other. So like we went down a path of destruction. We lost everything. When I say everything, everything. We lost a car, our house, everything. We were homeless, sleeping in public bathrooms, and I'll discuss this, like I said, in another video. I'll go more into depth. And so since then, we had decided to move back to Mississippi, back to like our home base, well, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, but I live all over, so I'm kind of from everywhere. I really sometimes have an accent, sometimes I don't. It depends. And so his family is from New York, so he wanted to move back to Mississippi, where we both had our family down there, and like where we met each other, like just where we were familiar with. And so in the process of us moving back down here, we ended up going through a breakup, a bad breakup. He ended up being with someone else, and I don't want to go too much in depth because you know, I don't want to speak on his behalf. But yeah, we ended up going our separate ways. So I ended up staying down here with my ex-best friend of the time, and it was his cousin. And all our stuff was still in Texas in the storage, because like I said, we was in the process of moving back down here, but we had lost everything anyway. And so after our breakup, literally 2 months after our breakup, that's when Deja passed. And yeah, it's just been a lot. Like, it was a lot for me. Like, it was like I was getting hit back to back to back. First being homeless, then in the process of trying to get back stable on our feet, we come to Mississippi. My ex at the time ended up getting with someone else, so we get separated. So I was going through a heartbreak and a breakup, and then boom, 2 months after that, my best friend, my rock, like, oh my God, my spiritual leader, my guidance, my sister, like my mom, like everything in one, passed away. So like I literally got hit back to back to back to back, and like I felt like I was going crazy. Like, I was crying every day, y'all, every day. My ex-best friend at the time could tell y'all, I was crying every day. I felt so low. I didn't even want to be here. I didn't desire to be here no more. I felt worthless. I felt like I didn't have no purpose here. I just felt so broken, so at a low. Like, I felt like God was so far from me. Like, I felt like it was no way I can get back up. Like, it was no coming back. Like, it just felt like my life was just over, like literally over, because like I said, not only did I lose the person that I was with for so many years. I met him in 2015. We were with each other on and off since 2015. We ended up breaking up in 2021, at the end of 2021. So like that was already hard on me in itself. And then after that, my sister, like I said, we were only 2 years apart. Same mom, same dad. This was my person I went to for anything, money, advice, anything, y'all, anything. Had passed away. Like, my whole world just shook, and I still haven't like shaken back fully since. And that's the whole purpose of me talking to y'all and getting it out, because like I call my siblings, of course. I talk to my dad, I talk to my mom, of course, but they're going through it too, like, you know. And I don't want to be a burden on them, and I know I'm not, because that's what they're for, and that's what I'm there for them. But it's just, we all still going through our grief. It's still fresh to us. It's like literally still fresh. We still trying to find a way to deal with it, and just that she's really gone, because at the time I feel like our minds can't fathom that she's gone. Again, Deja was the person that everybody went to, not just me, but my mom even went to her for advice. My dad went to her for advice. My dad can tell you himself, that was literally personally his best friend. It was his daughter, but it was his best friend. Him and Deja talked about everything. That was the person he could be his honest self with, because I'm the baby on my dad's side. So some things he wouldn't tell me, and he'll hide from me or shield from me, because the fact that I'm a baby, that he went to Deja about. And Deja's not my oldest sibling on my dad's side. We have two older than us, but that was just, she was just so wise beyond her years. She was only 25 years old when she passed. She would have been making 26 the next month, March 20th, but she didn't make it. And yeah, like, she was just everybody's person, and she was so strong. She was the person that when you need to cry, laugh, whatever, she's there. It don't matter what time of day, what she in the middle of doing, she's gonna pick up that phone and run it with you for hours. Like, I remember it was times like, for example, when I went through my breakup with Angel, I was so heartbroken. I called her, told her what's going on. They just stopped, dropped everything, drove all the way from Bay St. Louis. I live in Biloxi, Mississippi. D'Iaryville, Mississippi at the time. That's like a 45, almost an hour-minute drive. She came straight to me, picked me up, took me all the way to Gulfport, which is an additional 20 minutes going back towards Bay St. Louis, drove me around, talking to me, crying with me, laughing with me, reminiscing about times that she even shared in my past relationship, because we lived with her at one point in time, so she knew this person. She had a close bond with this person. We talked it out, we laughed it out, we cried, we shared memories. She was going through some of that time with her significant other. Like, she was just a person that, like, no matter what I was going through, I knew I could call on, and she gave me a peace that I can't explain. Like, she made everything seem like it'll be okay. Like, she knew the answers. It seemed like she knew the answers to everything. She knew what to say. She knew, like, what I needed to hear. She knew what prayer I needed prayed over me. She used to pray for me, intercede on my behalf. She used to fast just to get my prayers answered faster. Like, this how passionate, and not even just for me, for everyone that she knew and that she loved. This how passionate and real she was, and sincere and strong she was in God. She didn't play about God. Like, that's one thing nobody could take from Deja. She did not play about God, and she left this earth with God, literally with God. But yeah, like I said, she picked me up. She took me to go get my nails done. She prayed for me. She got us. We ended up being parked next to a pastor. Didn't even know it. We was in there crying, reminiscing. She said, shh. She rolled down a window. She was praying in her hair. She said God told us to ask the lady to pray for her. Come to find out, the lady was a pastor. Like, y'all, I cannot make this up. I still follow the pastor on Facebook to this day. This is a real life story. That's how strong and in tune with God Deja was. 1 second, y'all. I gotta switch my battery. But yeah, y'all. She ended up being a pastor. I cannot make this up. And so, like, yeah, like, Deja just was my person. Like, and now that she's gone, I'm finding myself really struggle and really see how much I really battle with depression / anxiety. It's literally like an uphill battle. One day I'm feeling at my highest. Like, one day I feel like I could finally accept, like, okay, she's gone. She finally at peace, because she was such a strong person. She was tired. You gotta think, so many people go to her. Who could she turn to? The only person she turned to was God. But still, like, she never felt like she could go to anybody, because she was always there for everybody else. And I remember one of my last few times of her being alive and us talking and praying. Sorry guys, my camera had died. But yeah, she was just the strong person, and the person everybody went to for advice. Everybody went to in general for prayers, for whatever, for spiritual wisdom, spiritual insight. So she was tired. Like, she was tired. And I think she just wanted to go home, and she just felt out of place. She felt like so many things that was going on in her life. She was being betrayed. She just couldn't trust people. Like, it changed her outlook on people, because she was such a sincere person. She couldn't understand why anybody would want to betray her or, you know, hurt her. And she's like me. We feel so deeply. So, like, when somebody did something to her, it was hard for her to let it go. And I feel like she was just holding on to so many burdens from childhood to, like, up until she passed, that, like, no matter how high she went in life, like, it just overtook her. But now that she's gone, I find myself struggling with my own mental health issues. I realize how much it really does affect me on a day-to-day. Because like I said, when she was here, I used to minimize it, because she made everything seem okay. Like, she was my person that helped me get through it. And now that she's gone, I find myself faced with the task to do it on my own. And it's hard, y'all. Some days I literally be feeling like I'm losing my mind. Some days I feel like I'm losing myself. Some days it'd be hard to even get out the bed. Some days it'd be hard to even want to go to work and do the day-to-day functions that I should be doing. Some days I put on a smile, and I just be so broken in the inside. Even to this day, right now when I'm recording, I'm so broken inside. Like, I always call my sister Tootie and tell her how I'm feeling. I cry on the phone with her, and a lot of times I don't even do that. A lot of times they don't even be knowing I'm going through it. Her, my mom, my dad, because like I said, I be feeling like I'm burdening them by constantly going to them about my problems, when I know they're feeling it just as much as me. But y'all, it sucks having anxiety / depression, because it could be something so small that could just upset your whole day. Like, that just bring you to tears. Like, it could be a little thing that could just set you back into that place in that time of, like, anger or grief or sadness. And it's just, I don't know, it'd be hard to pull yourself out of it. Like, it'd be hard for me to pull myself out of it and tell myself, like, Mari, it's gonna be okay. Like, just breathe. Like, I be trying to think of things that Deja would say if she was still here, or stuff that she have said to me when she was still here, when I was feeling like this and stuff. And sometimes that don't even feel like enough. Like, I just be missing her voice. I miss calling her. I miss telling her about my day. Or she randomly calling me, telling me about her day or what happened. Or she be like, sis, what you doing? I'm about to come pick you up. I need to run it. And by run it, she mean like we gonna talk. Like, we gonna talk for hours and hours. Like, we lose kind of track of time because we just be that into our conversation. Like, we be just feeding off each other. We talk about God, we talk about relationships, we talk about this, we talk about everything. And it never gets bored. Like, it could be the same stuff and we could just talk for hours, y'all. Like, that was my person. That was my safe haven. That was my peace. Like, she was everything. And now that she's gone, y'all, like, I don't know. I don't even know how I carry on. I know it's God's doing, literally. And that's why I'm finding myself, like, being pulled away from people and pulled more closer to God. And one of my last things that encounters with Deja that she told me after my breakup with my ex, she was saying, you need to stop putting your faith in humans, God, and put your faith in God. She said, God is never changing. He'll never fail you. She said, humans is mere humans. That's just what they are. She was like, their emotions change every day, just like you can't control your emotions. She was like, they're bound to switch up. They're bound to change on you. She said, but God is never changing. Says, she was like, put your faith in God. And this was my very last conversation I had with her in person. She told me this. And I'm literally finding everything, all the wisdom and jewels she dropped to me when she was still here. It's like she was prophesizing it to me when she was here, and I didn't realize. Me being human, it's like I was taking it in, but the seed didn't plant and sprout until she was gone. Like, and I realized, like, all I have now that she's not here, is that wisdom and them jewels she dropped when she was still here. And so almost everything she tried to tell me came to pass. Like, y'all, I cannot make this up. Everything. She's warned me about friends that I had in my life. She warned me about relationship, the person I was with at the time. She warned me about everything, like just my calling on my life, like my dreams, my goals. She used to always say, sis, you gotta crawl before you walk, because I'm the type of person, I make impulsive decisions. Like, when I put my mind to something, I don't even like seek God like I should. I just jump and do it. Like how I said with my ex, I was like, like, let's move to Texas. Stuff is falling apart in Mississippi. Maybe we should go to Texas and it'll be better living for us out there, which that could have been true, but it probably wasn't meant for his walk in his life. He got his personal walk. And I had to realize that, like, everybody's journey is not the same, whether you're with that person or not. Sometimes your walk is two different things, and that's why sometimes you're not meant for that person. And she used to try to talk to us about this when we lived with her and all that. And like I said, we're human. We just take it in, but we don't let it soak or resonate or sprout until it's too late, or until, like, the lesson has already been learned. But yeah, since she's been gone, my mental health has definitely been maximized. Like, y'all, I be struggling. Like, my mom even told me that she think I should go to therapy and stuff. And my dad, I try to talk to him, but he's going through his own thing. Like, we dealing with our own personal matters on that side of the family, like experiencing death and like health issues with family members and stuff. So it's just been a lot going on, and it's just been adding on to the weight that I already have on my shoulders, and to the sadness and to the emptiness I already feel. So I was like, I need to start picking up my camera. I need to get out how I feel, for I end up not being here anymore. And yeah, I've been trying to post on this channel. I just didn't know what my first video should be. I didn't want it to just jump in here and just do anything or make a meaningless video just to have something put out there for views. No, I want something that I know that is real, raw, authentic, like, and like I said, people will relate to, like, you know. And I can see people insight about it, and people can comment and help me, because like I said, I'm struggling, y'all. Like, this is kind of like a cry for help. Like, not necessarily because like I'm not suicidal or anything, but I do feel at a low, and I feel like if I don't take care of it now, it's gonna get worse. And yeah, it's been a lot, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, it's been a lot. I'm trying to hold back tears. That's why like my words is kind of becoming shaky and stuff. But yeah, I really miss her a lot. It's been a year and 6 months. I'm constantly thinking about her. I have dreams about her where it be feeling so real, and then when I wake up, it's like a punch in the gut because it's like, oh, she's gone, like she's not here no more. I'm so used to her, like calling her. I'm just so used to talking to her. I'm just so used to all of this, y'all. But like I said, she did not leave this earth without God, so that gives me peace knowing that. And it also gives me peace knowing that if she trusted him even in her own time of death, that I should do the same. And so I personally am going to start getting back right with God. Like I said, I want this channel to reach people. I want this video to reach people. I currently desire to post every week on this channel. I'm currently full-time employed, so like, and like I said, I be battling with my own mind. Like, y'all don't know how long I've been trying to post on this channel, but like, I've been overthinking everything, like what I should put as the first video or what I should say, how people gonna think about this or if I talk about that. But I don't even care no more. I don't care no more. I need to start thinking for me and me only, and I need to do what I need to do for my peace and my health's sake. So here we are. I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to talk about like basically my mental state right now. I'm struggling, y'all, but I have faith that it's gonna get better. This is just the beginning. Like they just say, I gotta crawl before I walk. So every video, I'm just gonna be vulnerable. I'm just gonna open up. That's why it's my personal diary. And that's why it was perfect, because my mom growing up used to call me MARiDiARYY. And when I was thinking of a name to make for my channel, it didn't take too much thought. It was just like MARiDiARYY. There we go. Like my personal diary, my personal journal, my personal, whatever you want to call it, to open up about things I be wanting to open up about and talk about. And one last thing I want to say before I end this video. Deja was the type of person, she moved alone. She didn't have many friends. Like she had friends, but every time she pulled up, she was by herself. She did everything by herself. And I didn't understand that because I'm the type that, like, we grew up in a big household. Like I said, my mom had 10 kids, so it was a lot of us. 7 girls straight down, 3 boys. So, like, if we didn't have anybody, we always had each other. My mom used to say, you always have each other. You always have your siblings if you don't got nobody else. And we were rooted in that. And Deja used to tell me all the time, like, that it's better to walk alone than to have people around you that mean you no good, that really are snakes, or like, you know, she used to quote a Bible scripture. I don't want to misquote it, but basically like people, they come as gentle as a dove, but be as cunning as a wolf, meaning like people come in your life appearing all sweet and innocent and sincere, but the whole time they're plotting since they want to stab you on back just to ride with you to your success, because Deja was gonna be successful. She was still here, the whole world was gonna know about Deja Armani Washington. That's for a fact. She accomplished so much that a 25-year-old shouldn't have. Like literally, like she was so well beyond her years and ahead of her time. Like everybody used to tell her that since she was a child. People used to be like, that girl right there is gonna be a prophet. That girl gonna be something one day. And I feel like that's why the enemy was fighting her in her mind, because he know your mind shapes your way of life. What you think is what you become. And she was so powerful. Like she moved so fearless. Like I said, she just moved so, like she knew the power she had in her. Like she didn't fear anything. And like now that she's gone, I'm finding myself coming into that place where I'm being pushed to do the same. Like God is starting to remove people out of my life that I thought was gonna be there forever. Like people that I went through homelessness with, people I went through experienced death with, people I experienced breakup with, people that I just was there from when she passed, that like I clung on, that I called my sisters and stuff like that. I'm realizing he even removing them out of my life because he need me to just be on this walk by myself. Like and I understand it. I made peace with it. I cried at first because I didn't understand, because I felt so lonely, and I still do. I feel so lonely. I feel so alone. And I remember Deja used to say the same. She was like, following God could be lonely sometimes. Even though you know you're not by yourself, God is always with you, holding your hand. But like physically, you want somebody to be there in the walk with you. But sometimes it's best that He single you out, because you don't never know what He's saving you from, or who He's saving you from, and who is on your path that can deter you, or cause destruction in your life when you're on your walk, on your way to elevate and grow closer and stronger in Him. So I just been lonely. I talked to my siblings about it, and that's what made me come up with the idea to just do a life update since I last posted on this channel, and a mental health check-in, so y'all can know how I've been doing and how I currently am doing. And also to talk about losing my sister Deja, and how it has impacted my own mental health. And like I said, y'all, it's hard, but I'm gonna keep pushing through. I just want to say thank you guys for tuning into my channel. Thank you for watching from start to finish. I hope me being vulnerable and opening up about my own grief and my own mental health issues can reach somebody, even if it's one person. Like I hope that it reach a multitude of people, but even if it reach one person, impact one person's life, I'm fine with that. That's a blessing. I thank God for that in advance. If you can relate to anything I said in this video, or if you want to just send me some love, some positivity, some encouragement, some Bible scriptures, whatever, just comment in the comment section below. I would love to connect with you all. I would love to grow with you all, build a relationship with you all, and yeah, lead you all, and y'all can lead me closer to God. Like I said, my goal for this channel is to upload at least once a week. So y'all, I promise, work with me, bear with me. Like I said, I'll be dealing with my mental. Some days I feel up, some days I feel down. Even today, like when I woke up, I didn't feel in the mood to do this video like I was yesterday. It just be back and forth waves of grief. 1 minute you're up, 1 minute you're down. So I'm gonna try to push through as best as I can, and I thank you all for tuning in. I thank you all for supporting me, and I thank you all for wishing me well. Stay lit, stay blessed, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. MARiDiARYY is out. Returning the page. Tune in for page 2.